2005. Honestly, it was one of the biggest years in music for iPods because we got this guy, the 2005 iPod Video, which was the first ever iPod that was able to play music videos and was able to play movies and TV shows. But we also got two brand new iPods. The iPod Nano, the first Nano, which was made to replace the iPod Mini, which was a bigger version of this iPod that had a physical hard drive in it. So instead of just having, like, this is a flash iPod, so it has flash storage in it. That's also why the storage amount is so low, of 1 gigabyte. But like these guys had like 30 because the spinning hard drives were cheap. Flash was not cheap. 128 gig flash drives went for like a lot of money, like $200 back then. Now they're pretty cheap. Now you can pick them up off of Amazon for really cheap. Another one we also got was the iPod Shuffle. I mean, the first ever Shuffle. It was a brand new line of iPods, never been done before. And it was just basically a stick, a USB stick. It literally had a USB port as its connector and not like a dock port like these two guys had. So, in this video, we're going to be taking a look at them, ranking them, and seeing were the 2005 iPods actually any good. Let's get started. Before we do get started, though, I want to shout out Tech God for providing me with his iPod Nano. I appreciate it. Let's get started. So the first device we are going to be taking a look at is the iPod Video. Now, this was originally my parents', so it's got a bunch of music on it, and let's try it out. So let's start out with the main function of an iPod. Music, obviously. So, yeah, it's kind of the main function of any iPod. But another function I want to take a look at is probably one of the main functions you'd get one of these for. Well, not the main, but a function most people liked about this one was specifically the video functionality. So you can see the quality is not the highest, but it definitely works. So let's take a look at the next iPod. Next up, we got the iPod Nano. So this specific one is the first ever Nano. So this specific Nano, what you could do music and photos, but that's it. You cannot do videos or movies like you were able to do with this guy. So you can see that works. Let's see, design-wise, you can see it's kind of shaped like a candy bar. The iPod Shuffle, or Souffle as DankPods calls it, is about the same height without the cap. So, nothing really big, like, new feature-wise came out on this one. The main feature of the Nano was its size and how thin it was. So, for example, this is an iPhone 7. This is an iPhone 7, right? One of the thinnest iPhones. You look at that, the iPod Nano and iPhone 7, they're about the same in thinness. Isn't that crazy that this thing is this thin? So iTunes versions, you were able to use it with iTunes 6 and newer. It was the first of the mini/nano line to have a color screen. So yeah, let's move on to the next iPod. Here we go. The iPod Shuffle. This was definitely a weird one compared to the Nano or the Classic, because this had no screen, no click wheel, and was just 5 buttons and a switch. So the play button plays the song whenever you sync onto it. The volume up, down. You can skip forward, skip back, but I don't have any other songs on here. So on the switch back here, you can see you can do repeat, shuffle, or you can turn it off. Up here, there's a headphone jack. Down here, there's a USB. There were 2 variants. This is the 1 gigabyte variant. This is the 512 megabyte variant. This was actually the smallest amount of storage Apple ever put into a device, was 512 megabytes, which can barely store anything. It could store 512 megabytes could store about 100 songs. It could store a little less than 100 songs. So these 3 were the iPods of 2005. Comment down below which one you would have bought in 2005, and if you did own one, which one did you own? So I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again in the next video. Bye.